So, good morning, traders, and welcome to today's live market profile and order flow trade analysis by Tradeducation. We are at episode 203, and before I share today's analysis, I would just like to go through a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade-related activities. Okay. So with that, let me quickly share my screen and let's see which are the potential option development paths for today from intraday trade perspective. Okay. So first of all, let me just jump to the daily chart. I think some issue with the charts, but overall, what we see is we see a good rejection around the highs and around the lows, and a sort of a doji candle is formed. From the daily chart perspective. Okay, so we can say that we are in a 2-day balance, and also the low of the yesterday's or the Friday's auction. So if you see, it is at a very visual reference level. So this low is weaker. So today what I'll be expecting is the 2-day balance, and I'll be looking whether we look below the balance and continue, or look below the balance and fade. Okay. So this is one data point, and second data point is, if not, then I would be expecting some sort of sideways development within the 2-day balance, because strong rejection is seen both from the highs and from the lows. Okay, so overall, if you see, the body of the candle is very thin, and a doji candle is formed, in the last Friday's auction. Okay, so for that, let me do one thing. I'll remove this and I'll add one more volume profile of the 2-day balance. Okay, so this is the 2-day balance, and the reference is the low. This is the balance high, and this is the VPOC. Okay, so overall the auction is closed around the VPOC. So we need to see whether the auction opens above VPOC, because there is HVM here where we might see some sort of rejection, and try to tag the lower edge of the balance. So this is the auction path which I'm interested in. If this is forming, then only I'll be taking the trade. If this is not forming, then I will not be taking any trades. So expect some sort of choppiness action between the value area high and value area low. So this is the entire choppiness zone. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. So I'm looking at the 2-day balance, nothing much, nothing else which I'm looking at. And overall, so let me just jump to the market profile chart. And from here, first of all, we have a weaker low, because this low is exactly at a visual reference. We also have a weaker high, because there are stops getting built around the clustered highs. Okay, I'll remove this level. So just a second. Let me just check the VSA chart for the HVM. So this is an HVM. This is one more. Some issue with my the volume profile is not coming in the VSA chart. So let me delete this all. So sorry for that, some technical issues do happen. It's part and parcel of the trade of the game. I just reloaded, and the data will be loading in a couple of seconds. Okay, so the volume profile chart has came in. Okay, so we have our one HVN here, wherein then we have our second HVN here. Okay, so this is the reference, and there is one more HVN here. Okay, that is the value area low. Okay. So overall, so let me just jump back to the market profile chart, and what I'm seeing is we have got clustered highs. The low is also weaker. The auction has closed. So this is the depop auction. It closed higher the depop around the value area high. So some sort of bullish closure. But overall the range. So this is we are in a 2-day balance. So this is a bigger range which I'm seeing, and I'm expecting some sort of choppiness action within this range. Okay. So some of the references which I'll be carrying forward is the clustered high, the low, and let me see if there are any other intra-bar halfback references. Yeah, and also this weaker high. Okay, so these are the three levels which I'll be keeping a look at. Overall, but what I'm expecting is if you study the auction on 30th of October, the auction opened within within the range of the 29th of October. Okay, and then it quickly tried to hit the stops which were built around the highs of 29th. So the auction went higher, stops got triggered, sellers came in, and then they took the entire auction down. Okay. Now this is a reference level where again buyers came in at visual location and they took the auction higher. So overall, what I'm seeing is it was more like a zigzag movement. Okay, more like so this was what the entire auction developed on the Friday, 30th of October. Okay, so today we need to see. So one of the references is the high. So we need to see whether we see continuation, because this buying activity which came in. So basically, who bought here? Whoever bought came in at a visual reference. Whether we are seeing continuation or not. Okay, so that's the overall. So basically, what I'm sharing is whether we are having follow through or not. Okay, if we are not having any follow through, it means that all this buying was weaker buying, and then the reversal will happen, and there is a particular gap. So if you see, this is a gap which would get filled. So there are two data points from the lower side. One is the weaker low and one is this gap. Okay, so these are the two data points from the lower edge. From the upper edge, we have clustered highs. Okay, so I'm more inclined to take a trade when this type of auction development develops. Okay, then only I'll be taking the trade. If the auction tries, so if we see a follow through and if it tries to continue go higher, I will not be taking any trades. Okay, so that's the overall game plan, or the auction development paths which I'm planning to observe today. And now in next 10 seconds the auction will open. So let's see which way the market opens. In the meantime, if you have got any comments, yeah, do chip in. Okay, so the auction is open around this particular reference level. This is one more HVL, and the auction is opened within yesterday's range, and we are seeing a sort of a follow through. So this was the reference which I'm looking at, and this is also not a good reference. This is a weaker reference. This high is weaker, and this will be getting tagged. The low is also weaker. So both high and low are weaker right from the market open. Let's look at the volume numbers. So overall around 3,000 contracts traded in just 1 minute. So what I'm expecting is I'm expecting the low to be tagged and see some sort of reversal around the EOC of yesterday, or of the 30th of October. Right now the auction is getting rejected around the VWAP. Delta is negative. Yeah, so we have got two HVNs here. This is the low volume area node, this particular reference. One more HVN at the lower side. negative delta is negative, cumulative delta. So expect the low to be tagged and we should see continuation to the lower side. So right now, a good trade opportunities, you can take a short trade, keeping your stop loss around the half back level, target of today's low, or or this particular reference, the POC of 30th of October. So the low is tagged now. So let me delete those arrows. The low is tagged. This is an LVN, low volume area node. So good volume flow. We are still 2 minutes to go. 5,500 contracts already traded. The low is still weaker. Expect it to tag again. This is still weaker, so I'm expecting it to go more to the lower edge. Let me jump to the volume profile chart. So we are getting rejected at this HVN, and this is the LVN. We're getting rejected at the HVN, tagging the VPOC, and we are seeing continuation to the lower edge, to the lower side. We are still a minute to go. 6,400 contracts already traded. So overall, if you see, the tempo is slowing down. Here momentum sellers are stepping in. This level, all these levels are where momentum sellers are there. Expect a good push to the downside. So 300 sellers, 298 sellers. So pretty heavy selling coming in now from the order flow chart. There are some anomalies on the upper edge. So let the auction be cleared on the lower side. Again, the low is weaker. 7,500 contracts traded. So some sort of profit booking going on. So whoever sold, they are booking their profits right now. Here it's currently showing positive momentum, the cumulative delta for this candle. So let's see how much volume or how many contracts are traded in the current 5-minute auction. So the first trade you should be out if you are in profit. If you still want to, you can see some sort of rejection around VWAP. That can be the second trade location from the short side. A good rejection being seen from the VWAP at the moment. Selling pressure stepping in. Overall, the market has opened with low confidence. It is trading within yesterday's range and also around yesterday's close, or the close of 30th of October. Let me just look at the volume profile chart. Yeah, so some strong rejection coming in around VPOC. Let me just reload this Ninja script. Yeah. So 3,000 contracts traded. There's still 2 minutes to go. So good rejection being seen around VWAP. What is the range? So this is a 59-point range, the first 5 minutes. Then now we are currently having an inside bar. So we should see continuation to the lower side, lower edge. Yes, we are seeing continuation to the lower edge. The low has been tagged again. Pretty massive selling pressure coming in. So those of you who are still in profits, up to you if you want to book your profits. The delta has again turned negative. We are still seeing continuation to the lower edge. Okay. So the destination trade is the POC. If you want to book your profit, you can book your profits, because now we will be seeing some sort of choppiness action. And this is again a visual reference, 591, again a visual reference. Okay. So I think the time is 9:25. I've got a couple of meetings at 9:30. So thank you, and with that I would like to end today's session. There were good trade locations shared today, and I hope you learned something today based on my analysis of market profile for Nifty futures. Okay, so tomorrow I will not be making any video. I'm traveling to Delhi, so I think maybe on 4th of November is when I'll be coming back. Yeah. So take care, happy and safe trading, and just observe the references which I have shared. Thank you, and bye for now.